Good morning again. Thanks for having us into your home. I'm John McCord, and I try to tell a few stories along. And we'll start off with one today. I think you may have already heard of my friend Honk. But this happened a few years ago. Old Honk comes to me one day, and well, he talks just a little different. I talk a little different to a lot of people too, but Honk, well, he came from up yonder way, up north. And Honk, he says, John, and I said, yes. He said, we need to go kill a deer. I have a hankering for some venison stew. Well, I told him, I said, Honk, the season's already closed. I know it is closed here, but it's open somewhere east of here. Really, it amazed me that he would have thought that far ahead. And I said, how do you know this, Honk? Well, yesterday afternoon, I was on Bachman Way, and there was a pickup truck ahead of me with the tailgate down, and a deer was laying in the back. It was a good 6-pointer. And I know it was a legal kill, or they wouldn't have been displaying it like that. And also, the truck was headed west, so I know it was killed east of here. That amazed me that Honk had that much ability to figure all of that out. But I told him, I said, okay, somewhere there's a county east of here that is still open. I'll find out where it is. Well, I have a friend who runs a parts truck, has routes and he runs a lot over in East Tennessee. So I called him, and he said, yes, it's open in Roane County. And he told about 2 or 3 more counties, but he said, I'd recommend Roane County because I have a real good contact over there, a customer of mine, and he owns a farm, and he lets people hunt, a few people, but not many. But if I tell him you're all right, he'll let you guys hunt over there. When do you want to go? I said, well, I'd like to go Saturday. So he called me back in about an hour, and he says, it's all set. And he gave me directions, and you went on over past Rockwood, and you turned off, and you went back up in the hills, and you went on this road a little while, and over onto that road a little while, and I don't even remember, and I doubt if I could get back there. But I call Honk, and I tell him, we're on Saturday morning. Great, what time do we need to leave? I said, well, we want to be there at daylight, don't we? Yes, we do. And I said, okay. I said, let's leave about 2:30 then. And I said, that way, I said, it's going to be a little tricky finding the place, but we'll be sure and be there. Okay. So we're all set. About 2:30, I pull into Honk's driveway. He comes out, gets in the truck with me, and we head for East Tennessee. Well, that's a little long time, but I know Honk never passes a Hardee's anywhere that's open. So we drive and we stop at a Hardee's, and then pretty soon we stop at another one, but we still, and I do find all the roads I only missed one turn and had to go back, but we find the place. Well, our friend has told us to not go to the house. There is a house there, back up in a hollow, but go drive on out to the barn and park. There's an older gentleman that lives there in the house, and not to disturb him, but he'll know we're coming. Going out to the barn and park, and just go straight behind the barn up that hill, and there should be a good place to hunt up there. So Honk and I, we get out, we get our rifles out of the truck, and we head up the hill. He and I have hunted a lot together. I shoot left-handed, he shoots right-handed, so this works good for us. And we are very careful. We know where each other are all the time. He always wears a red and black checkered hunting cap, so you can spot him pretty good. And he sees a tree over here, a little walnut tree, and he says, I'm going to sit down right there against that tree. And I told him, I said, well, I'm going to move on up the hill here just a little ways, but I'll be able to see you. So we always let each other know where we are, because that's just a good, safe thing to do. Okay, we get set. This daylight begins to come, and daylight comes. There is nothing moving on that hill anywhere. I mean, nothing. We sit and we sit and then we sit. My legs is going to sleep, and I'm just getting antsy feeling, okay, there's not going to be any deer here today. So I wave, and Honk sees me. I think he's already getting tired too. He waves back, and I walk on down closer to where he is. And I said, have you seen or heard anything? No, haven't. And I said, I haven't either. I said, I haven't. Now that I can see, I said, there's briars around. There's no hair on the briars. I don't see anywhere where they've rubbed. I don't believe there's been a deer on this ridge in a while. I'm about to agree with you, he said. I said, well, are you ready to load up and head home? No. Let's make one more try. I hate to go home empty-handed. He said, if you'll go back around the way you were, and I'll go around this way, but we'll not get out of sight of each other. We'll walk and see if we don't see any kind of a sign that there's been a deer here. Well, it's getting warm on up in the morning. I've already taken my coat off, and he has too. I said, Honk, this looks like rattlesnake country to me. I said, be on the alert, because it's getting late in the year, but it's warm today. They might be crawling. And be on, oh, I will be, he said, I watch for them. Well, Honk's kind of afraid of a snake. I'm really afraid of a snake. So we are cautious. Well, I can see him, and he's walking, and I'm walking kind of parallel to him further up the hill. We're looking for any kind of a sign that there might have been a deer there, a track or a little hair caught on a briar or something. All at once, Honk just stops dead still. And he stands there, and I said, yep, he's done come up on a rattlesnake. He looks way out yonder way, and he looks way back out this way. I thought, oh, I hope it's not that long. Well, then he motions. If he's found one that long, I don't even want to see it. So I ease on down that way. It's not a snake. It's like the ground has just opened up. It's just like a mouth opening, kind of. It's long. It's probably 40 feet long, but it tapers down to nothing on each end. But here in the middle, and Honk's quite a large guy. I'm not in the small section myself, but we could have stood together and fallen in that there in the middle. It was wide. Too wide for an old man like me to jump over, I know. And I said, what is it, Honk? I don't know. It's just like the earth just opened up. But I know it's deep because you can't see the bottom. Well, I got up as close as I felt good about. He was right. You couldn't see the bottom. Well, I began to look for a little rock or something to throw in there to see how long it took to hit something. Just a little fine stuff, and I threw some, but you couldn't hear it. And I said, let's find something with a little more weight to it, maybe part of an old fence post or something around here that we can throw in there and see how deep that thing is. I said, it appears to be deep. Well, we began to look around, and then Honk says, John, come here. I found us something. He has found a piece of railroad railing, the steel part of the railroad that the train wheels run on. Pretty good long piece of it. He's got a cable welded to it here in the middle. Well, I don't know if you're ever fooled with any railroad railing or not, but a piece about a foot long is just about all you can pick up. Well, this one was quite a bit longer than that. I don't know, 2.5, maybe 3 feet long. It's very heavy steel. I said, Honk, I don't know if we can pick that up. I can lift one end of it if you can lift the other. Well, he used to be a weightlifter when he was in college. Well, I wasn't going to let him outdo me. I said, well, we'll try. So he gets down and it's kind of sitting in the ground, but he keeps digging his fingers into the ground till he gets his fingers locked under one end of that railing. And he squatted down, and of course he's a weightlifter, as I said. When he stands up, he picks that railing up, on a pretty good angle. Hey, give me an advantage. I can get my hands under it down here. And it was already started up, And we do get it off the ground, but we're staggering pretty bad. And I said, can we get it up there? Yes. Just go easy. Don't trip or anything. Well, we get up fairly close, and he said, don't get too close, sir. That bank could break off with us. Yes. I said, watch that cable, that you don't get snagged in it. Yes, we need to jump back as soon as we turn. And he said, let's get it down here, and we'll swing it back and forth. And on 3, we'll let it go. Okay. So, sure enough, we get up as close as we feel safe, and we get it to swinging. And I'm watching that cable. I'm scared of it. I haven't seen the other end of it. I don't know where it goes. And we start then in a 1 and a 2 and a 3, and in it goes. We can hear it bumping the sides going down. That cable's dragging up here between us, and I hear something crashing through the briars. And I look around, here's a big red shaggy goat. I mean, it's coming up that hill like a motorcycle. And here it comes, and zoom, right off in the hole it goes too. Head first. Honk. What was that all about? I don't know, but I don't believe we'll ever see him again. Now, I can agree with you. From the sound of it, they're still falling. Well, about that time, we hear somebody hollering at us. We look around, here's an old fella in a pair of bib overalls and a straw hat. He's coming running. Fellas, hey fellas, yes. You haven't seen a big shaggy goat around here anywhere, have you? And I said, well, there was one just came up here and jumped off into this hole a minute ago. It wasn't mine. I have mine tied off to a piece of railroad railing down there where you can't get in the hole. So Honk and I eased on out of there and came back home.